Hi guys, Debbie LaChusa, the business stylist here with today's marketing Q&A. Today's question comes to us from a wellness coach, and her question is, she's getting ready to create her free gift for her website, and she wants to create an assessment. But she's asking if I have any place I can point her to create an assessment. She did a Google search and she was completely overwhelmed. This particular coach wants to do a diabetes assessment. Now you may be a completely different type of coach, and you may want to create some kind of an assessment for your clients or your prospects as a free gift, and you too may be wondering, I don't know where to start, how do I create this assessment? Well, I did have an assessment on my website for years, and I'm not a health coach. It was an assessment on trying to figure out whether or not your business needs a makeover. And I actually just created it myself. I went through and I looked at what are the things that I help my clients do, and how can they measure for themselves whether or not they need that type of help. So that might be a sort of a framework for you if you want to create an assessment to look at your particular type of business and look again at your signature program. This is something I teach people how to do and how to design a signature coaching or consulting program. You create a program that you take people through steps to create an outcome, overcome problems that they have, solve issues that they have, help them achieve whatever desires they have. You really want your free gift to be somehow connected to the outcomes in that signature program, because ultimately your free gift is on the path to getting people to sign up for a consultation where you will then sell them that program if they're a good fit. So look at the outcomes that you can deliver to your clients, and then ask yourself, what types of screening questions could someone ask themselves to start to see if they're a good fit for those outcomes for that signature program that you're selling. That's all I did. I looked at what I did for my clients, and I looked at some questions that they could ask themselves to evaluate their own business to decide if they were doing great and didn't need any help in that area, or if perhaps they could really use a makeover if things just were not going the way they liked. So you can do the same type of thing. Now I will say this, and this is the answer I gave to this particular coach. If you are in the health field, and I've had clients in the past who were in the health field who wanted to do assessments, it can get a little bit more complicated than this. And you have to be careful that they don't perceive that you're diagnosing them. There could be some legal issues. I'm not an attorney, so I can't answer that, but you want to be careful. And so if you have any concerns in that area, I would either not do an assessment, or you may want to check with an attorney and make sure that you're not going to be, getting into sort of muddy waters there. Or if nothing else, put a note on there that says it's informational only. But I can't guarantee you that's going to keep you out of trouble. But really, ultimately, there's no place I can point you to actually help you come up with an assessment. You may do a Google search and find other coaches that are similar to you, or even coaches in other industries or consultants that are using assessments just to look at some and see what they look like. And that could help you. But ultimately, it's just about having clients ask themselves some questions, rate those questions, and then what I did was I added up those points and then I created a rating scale. And if their points were within, a certain level, then they were doing great. They didn't need help. There was no need for them to sign up for a consultation with me to see if I could help them because they didn't need help. Or the other end of the spectrum was, their points said, wow, you could really stand to make some improvements in your business to help you reach your goals, and if you'd like me to help you review your assessment and go over it and see how or if I might be able to help you make those changes, then you can sign up for a free consultation. So I will say this about assessments. In my experience, when I did an assessment, it was great in terms of converting people on the back end. That is, once they signed up for the assessment and went through it, almost all of them followed through and signed up for a free consultation with me. So it was really effective at generating consultations. However, on the front end, getting people to opt in the first place and get themselves on my email list to get access to the assessment, it was one of the lower converting free gifts that I've offered. Now, it may not be the same for everybody, but I think in my situation, it was asking a question, something like, register here to see if your business could stand for, to use a marketing makeover or something like that, a free assessment. And I pretty much sort of deduced after time that These people knew their businesses had issues, and they didn't want someone, pointing it all out to them. They either knew they had issues or they didn't. So that was kind of just my educated guess, and I stopped using that after a while as a free gift. But it did, it got fewer people to sign up for my list, but more of those people signed up for consultations. So again, it depends on what your objective is. If your objective is just to generate a few consultations a month, you may be just fine with that. If you're really wanting to build a big list, it may not work as well. But I will throw this caveat on the end of that statement, like I always do. You got to test it. It may be different with your market. Your assessment may be different. You always have to test to see what works for you. So I hope that answers your question. And if you have a question you'd like me to answer in an upcoming episode, send it to Debbie@thebizstylist.com, and maybe yours will be the next question I answer. Until next time, take care.